So it looks like you guys have had an incredible run with shows at the moment. How's everything been going?
Honestly, can't complain. Just played a load of summer festivals in the UK and Europe. Yeah, and literally played some of the biggest crowds we've played to as a band so far. So yeah, not complaining. Feels great and having a lot of fun.
Yeah. And they've been huge. Like you can see the crowds that you walk out to. How do you get amped up for that and actually prepare yourself to walk out to that many people?
I mean, you know, we just love playing live. So naturally, the energy that we can feel from the crowd ready to watch us play is sort of initially what gets us going. When we're backstage warming up and we know we're going to walk out there. I think for a lot of years we were just in disbelief that that many people had come and check out our show. And
Yeah.
it's very humbling, to know that people love our band and we're still after all these years still playing shows and getting up to the level that we are now. It feels very special and something that we've worked very hard on. And yeah, like getting ready to walk out onto these festivals, you can really feel the energy. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good. It has to be like the most intoxicating feeling, I guess. Hey, you're just well, let's go. I'm ready. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to do in a band, especially like how the sort of industry works nowadays and how things are consistently changing. But the one thing that sort of keeps me going is definitely getting out there and playing live. Like you say, there's no better feeling, and it never gets old.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's awesome. And you guys are due to embark on the Aussie leg of your tour for Self-Hell in September with Stick to Your Guns, Ocean Sleeper, and Boundaries. First of all, thank you
Yeah,
so much for bringing back Stick to Your Guns because I fucking love them. So it's going to be an awesome show.
sick. Yeah.
What's something that's unique to the land of Oz that you're looking forward to?
Drop bears.
All right, we've got no shortage of them. No shortage.
Do you know what? I feel like there's a lot of similarities between the UK and Australia. Obviously, you get a lot nicer weather. But I think that when we get over there and meet people, it's almost like feels like a bit of a second home. Like people are always really up for a good old rock show. And we're always met with people being so welcoming and up for us being there and playing live. And you've got a great music scene. So yeah, just there's tons of similarities, and we just love getting over there and meeting our fan base and just sort of walking around, enjoying different spots. And yeah, it's always been, like I say, it's always been a place we've loved, and it's just great that we're getting out to Australia more frequently now. It really feels like there's a space for our band over there in Australia, and like I say, we love it. So for us, it's perfect.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess we are generally just grateful that you guys are willing to jump on a plane and fly all this way over just to come play for us. So I'm glad that you feel at home.
No, like legitimately, it's always worth it. But I hate flying. Just the long haul flights. Are
Yeah.
just so like you're tired, you're jet lagged, you're aching. You're sharing a space with that many people for that long. It's not something that I really enjoy, but it's also not something that I would give up.
Yeah.
I love getting out to Australia, like I say. So it's worth the shitty flights to be out there. So yeah,
Yeah. Completely. It's not natural, but it's totally worth it.
yeah, that's it.
You guys released a new album, Self Hell, earlier this year. How are you feeling it's been received and how have the crowds been reacting to it? Are you getting lots of singing back or how's it been going?
Yeah, I think initially people there are a lot of fans of While She Sleeps that definitely sort of open their eyes a little bit to the fact that it did ruffle a few feathers, but we knew that going into it that it was a bit of a change of direction for us. I think now that people have had a chance to hear some of those songs live, um, alongside things that we've written before, I think that anyone that was sort of doubting in a sense
Mhm.
has sort of been silenced. I feel like the new material works very well alongside our older stuff, but
Yeah.
also, keeps things fresh. I think, I I grew up listening to 2000s metalcore. You know, that's what made me fall in love with wanting to be in a band, really. And I think for a little bit, you know, it became a bit of a dirty word. Like, it's a very oversaturated market in a sense. You only have to, you know, get onto streaming platforms and you can find 50 odd bands that you'd probably listen to in a metalcore genre.
Yeah.
And that, you know, for a little, you know, for me, that feels a little easy now. You know, I think lots of people know how to write good metalcore songs, and there's tons of bands doing it. So for us, we wanted to do something that just didn't follow any trends at all, and felt like something new and really fresh. So kind of on purpose, we kind of took a bit of a turn away from just, you know, heavy riffs and screaming, and wanted to try and branch out and make things interesting, keep our fan base on its toes. And I think that record does that. I don't think it sounds like anyone else out there. I think it's interesting. It's got some new elements. And I think, strangely, there's a bit of Britpop in there as well. It sounds like some of the time it sounds like it's from the 90s, you know, Britpop era. So we're stoked with how it turns out. And like I say, people now that had any doubts, I think now they've had a chance to digest the record and are listening to the songs in a live set against, like, sort of next to our previous work, if you like. Yeah, I think people are just like, I kind of get it now. So we're stoked, and yeah, we wanted to ruffle a few feathers on purpose, so have some fun with it.
And it's worth doing that these days, because you're always going to have your OG fans that'll love you for everything. You'll always have the people that'll go, fuck this, I don't like it. But being able to actually do staying true to yourself and being able to morph like that is like integral to being successful and moving forward. So yeah,
for sure.
Now I want to talk about the film clips a little bit that you've released as well. So the title track, Self Hell, you watch that film clip and there's so much going on. It's quirky, it's fun, there's people running around everywhere, but the lyrics are heavy. And it's like, if you actually listen in, you're like, wow, yeah, that's actually a heavy song. Is that kind of like what the album is about? So it's kind of like how people are dealing with mental health, and it's kind of like, look at this shiny thing.
Yeah, I think that lyrically, I've always been quite nihilistic, you know, and I think that's from where I'm from. It's from in the Yorkshire sense in the UK. It's very, you know, people find it funny to be quite doom and gloom. Everything's sort of crap, you know. And I think sort of writing in that sense is a way of us engaging with our fan base to sort of let everyone know, like, you're not alone in the sort of feelings and struggles and emotions. Like, we all go through ups and downs. But I think we always wanted to give a positive message. So I think it's about acknowledging sort of the darker side of things, but also having fun with it in terms of like, oh, there you are. Just having fun with it in terms of, like, you know, life can be a bit shitty sometimes, but you know, we're at a rock show, so we're all in this together. You know, we all share these feelings and emotions. So let's just, you know, understand that and just have as much fun as possible while we can. You know, you don't know what's around the corner. You don't know what life's going to throw at you. So I think that when people come to see our band, it is a release, like it is for us on stage, you know, to be able to get up there and get rid of all that negative energy and have fun. And we always want to leave people with a positive message of unity, I guess, you know, like feeling like you belong. I think that's what the music industry did for me. You know, when I got into sort of new metal and metalcore when I was a kid, I felt like I was part of this community that gave me a space to go and mosh and, you know, feel a bit free and you know. So I think those are the elements that we want to bring to our live show, and those, you know, the lyrical content goes alongside with that. You know, we all go through it, so let's just fucking have some fun, you know. And I think that, like you were referencing the video for Self Hell, I feel like we've been having so much fun on stage over the last few years. We're not just an angry sort of metal band. I feel like when we put out Self Hell, it was kind of more relative to the fun that we're actually having in a live sense now. And we wanted to show that, you know, we're not just an angry metal band. It's about, you know, bringing in a bit of that new metal flavor and just having fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it feels like that video feels like more, you know, more along the lines of what we're like as a band, more to the day now.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome. And it's such an important message to send as well. Like, I think having you guys at the forefront with such a big fan base and going, yo, mental health is a thing, but we got this. We're all going to be okay. Let's have some fun. And it's nice to hear. It's really nice to hear.
Yeah, that's great.
I saw a video recently of Ollie Sykes coming out and joining you guys on stage for Silent Speaks, and the crowd just went fucking mental. And it was just like so cool. Like, even after all these years, it's still like everyone just fucking loves it. Are you planning on having like a wholesome moment like that every night with Malevolence later on in the tour?
Yeah, I think that, you know, there's some fun camaraderie with Sheffield bands, you know. And when we had Alex Taylor from Malevolence join us for the song Down off the new record, it just felt like a no-brainer, you know. The band are doing really well. We've been pals for a while.
Yeah, cool.
And yeah, like it's, you know, with a band like Bring Me the Horizon, you know, it's sometimes hard to sort of bump into each other at festivals and stuff. So when it makes sense, it does feel real like a special moment, you know. So yeah, just it's just fun to do, and yeah, there'll definitely be some more in the future.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you guys have been a band for quite a long time now, which is a big feat these days. What would you say is the key to a healthy relationship in a band? Like, how do you sustain something for that long successfully?
I think there's a couple of different things really. I think that, you know, like you say, we've been a band for a long time, and without you know, compromise, you know, a lot of bands, you know, fold under the fact that people aren't able to compromise. So I think being able to compromise and share the workload, if you like, and find what people's strengths are, is always going to be a positive thing for your band. And I think that when I joined While She Sleeps, the determination to sort of get where we wanted to be is felt across 5 people, and that can be hard to find. You know, when you first start a band, you know, members change and and people's opinions and things like that change, and we've just sort of worked through it, you know, compromise where we can. And I can't think of the word. There's a word that I'm trying to look for. It's not determination or anything like that, but it's like we all had the same vision, you know. We all wanted the exact same thing, and it's to have longevity in a band, and you know, we're all striving for the same goal. So I think those things are what keep us going, you know. Yeah, it can be tough being in a band for that many years, you know. It's like a family. Sometimes you really annoy each other or piss each other off, but then it's all love at the end of the day. So yeah, I love my guys in my band, and then yeah, without their dedication to the same goals as I have, then we won't be where we are. So
yeah, no, absolutely. And it is very rare to see, like, I think what you came in a couple of years after the band started and then that's it. Like, that's a rarity. So yeah, hats off to you guys. All right, awesome. I've got to wrap it up, but it was really awesome to meet you. You've been lovely. And fans can get tickets to your show through Ticketmaster on the Aussie leg of the tour in September.
Yeah, absolutely stoked to be returning, and stoked to have the lineup that we've got coming out. So yeah, we'll see everyone then, and can't wait.